I don't remember that hurting bad at all. What I remember was the labor pain, the contractions. The epidural I felt like it was pretty quick. I mean, I may have felt a pinch, but it wasn't significant enough for me to say, oh my gosh, that was a horrifying experience. I do remember exactly when it happened because it felt warm down by my waistline, and then all of a sudden I felt nothing, not my legs. Just the only things I could feel were my hands, my upper extremities, the top part of my body, nothing. I remember right after the epidural, we were allowed to have a couple people in there. There's a limit, which I understand, and we had, I was feeling so terribly before then, but the epidural just changed everything, and I was just, happy as a clam, just laying there. All I could feel was this up. I felt great, and I was happy. It wasn't chaotic. The nurses were coming in and out, just kind of checking on me, and they told me, I think we got there around 7:30, had the epidural afterwards. They said by 10:30 a.m., you're gonna be pushing. And that's when they were right. It was 10:30 a.m. I started to push. I think the nurses initially thought that it would, start a little bit quicker. The process would move a little bit quicker because I ended up pushing for 3 hours. It felt like I couldn't feel what was going on, but I could feel that there was a lot of pressure. So I'm thankful that there was an epidural because Lord knows what I would have felt otherwise. And then after that, I remember it didn't take long, and the first thing I did was look her up and down. I looked at her up and down to make sure she had all her fingers and, her toes. I saw her little feet, and she was crying. And I was amazed. I was in sheer, this shocking moment that was so positive. I was, in another world. And, the nurses there were doing their thing. John was right there. And then they placed her on me, right away, and I held her for the first time. And that was a magical moment.